Okay, this is February 18th, 2026, Ash Wednesday, first day of Lent. And I'm going to share with you just some thoughts on one of the lines from one of the readings. I'm not going to share thoughts on each of the readings, just one line on one of the readings. And it's a challenge that I'm going to be challenging myself to do every day of video through Lent, providing a reflection for one of the readings, and I'm going to see how it goes. So today's reading that really resonated with me is the second reading. And that reading was from 2 Corinthians. And here's the line that really resonated with me. We are ambassadors for Christ. And I know you know that reading. I know that reading very well. But it really made me reflect on, how am I an ambassador for Christ? And can I reflect on that deeper during this Lent? And what does it mean to be an ambassador for Christ? And again, this is what resonated with me and what I'm thinking about. And for me, to be an ambassador of Christ is someone who is showing others how my faith impacts my life and calls me to be a Christian in this world. And so as an ambassador, the first thing I'm thinking about is, what do I need to do as an ambassador? Well, the first thing I reflected on is, I need to be grown in my faith. And how do I do that? Well, in my time of prayer, I pray that my time of prayer is transforming me, making me different, helping me to grow into the holiness that God desires for me. My time of prayer isn't a time of prayer where I am just reciting prayers for the sake of the discipline of having a prayer life. My time of prayer is really meant to open up my heart to Christ and saying, how do you desire to transform me in the words that I'm reading and reflecting on? So that's the first thing that I really want to think about as being an ambassador, is how am I grown in this faith so that as an ambassador, I am grown. The second is, how am I acting as an ambassador of Christ? Now, I'm not saying I act perfectly each and every day. I do not. But am I aware of who I am, who God desires me to be? And am I aware of the people around me that God desires me to be an ambassador for? How do I do that? Well, I do that by invoking the Holy Spirit in my time of prayer, asking the Holy Spirit to help awaken my heart to those who He desires me to be that ambassador in today. Who does He want me to accompany? What does He want me to pay attention to in who I am? Because yes, I can become impatient. I can become frustrated. I don't like when I do that, but I can. But I want to be different in that. And so I ask God, I ask the Holy Spirit, the whole Trinity, to help me in being transformed and to help me to be that ambassador. So I'm going to end with just showing you how I am, what's guiding me through this Lent. I'm using the Ascension Press Lenten Companion. I love this because the readings are very reflective. There's great videos. So that's what I'm using. So again, today's reading, Ash Wednesday, that I'm reflecting on is the second reading, being called as an ambassador of Christ. So I hope you enjoyed this reflection.